Peace and welcome to my channel. My name is Saira Embra, and I used to be super disconnected from my body until I realized different somatic healing practices to actually get into my body, navigate my emotions fully, and understand what it really means to be the observer in this human life. Because I am on the quest of being the wellspring for my inner peace, not allowing my peace to be disturbed from anyone, by anyone, from anything, even myself, including myself, especially myself. Because I'm learning that how I perceive the world is often how I interact with it and show up fully. And I'm doing my best to acknowledge these limitations within my mind, to disconnect from the attachments to other people's viewpoint of my performance. Because I don't owe anyone a performance, I only owe myself presence, which radiates throughout the world. And that's why you're here, because you feel my presence online. We have aligned. That's the beautiful thing about this digital space, which I absolutely love. So I wanted to share today a little bit on the ideology of feeling safe within your body. Oftentimes we are talking about feel like making sure our body is safe, like we're in safe environments and there's safe people around us. But what if internally we just don't feel safe? We could be alone and not feel safe. This is a projection of emotional unintelligence. I just wrote an entire blog article on emotional unintelligence and how that leads to self-betrayal in the long run. Because at the core of emotional unintelligence, this is not being able to fully feel your emotions in your body. And I'm a Virgo, so I have the tendency to hyperfixate on details and hyperfixate on intellectualizing every aspect of my life and not feeling it fully. Just not really being fully there with whatever the information or what I'm actually doing or the task at hand. And this became really apparent to me when I was 2.5 years into dental school. I went to Howard Dental School. My family loved the fact that I was doing this. My church family loved it. Everyone, my extended family, everyone was super excited and grateful that I was going to be the first doctor in my family. And I realized that I wanted to perform well for others. I didn't actually want to be a dentist. I realized I wanted to perform well for others and not actually be a dentist. Even though if you asked me in high school, I wanted to be a dentist. Like that was the only career I ever wanted to do, or like the person I wanted to be was a dentist. And it's just like, oh, okay, how superficial is it if I'm thinking about the whole entire foundation of my life on a career and not on character and consciousness? That's dangerous. And too often, that's how we are shown that that's how we should be in the world. We should only look at one facet of life, and as long as we're good in that one facet, then that's it. But we're multidisciplinary beings. We're multidimensional beings. And when I say dimensional and disciplinary, they're one and the same. They're two sides of the same exact coin, because the dimensions that we're in. So we're here in the third dimension, right? This is a discipline. To actually be in joy and have a good life on earth, we have to master this discipline. Just like being in the spirit form, in the no self form, that's a dimension of existence and it's a discipline. So just like there are 3 different states of water, right? There's steam. We could think of steam as the no self. This is the source consciousness. This is the aspect that all of us are pulled from, because these are the same exact molecules. So steam condenses into water, so liquid, and then that liquid condenses into ice. Think of ourselves, our body, our bank account, uh, our family, our experiences here, our physical, our cars, houses, all that is frozen essence, frozen. I think neuro knowledge, which I absolutely recommend him, he talks about how manifestation is essentially frozen, like everything that you see in this physical world is frozen imagination, which I love that. And in this analogy, like your frozen essence is your physical body. Like on a quantum level, you being physical is the frozen essence. But in your liquid state, think of your liquid state as your higher self, the one that can bridge, it's the bridge between the steam world, the no self world, and then coming in and anchoring into this reality, ice, frozen imagination. And when we look at ourselves as these 3 states, being multidisciplinary, being multidimensional, every issue that we're encountering on the physical level has a multidisciplinary approach. But because our ego is seeking comfort, our ego is seeking control over a situation, our ego is wanting things to be a certain way, we're not allowing ourselves to actually see life for what it is, zooming the fuck out, not having such a biased, narrow view of ourselves and the world around us. And the way that I've learned to actually do this is through my body. That's why I talk about somatic healing, somatic awareness, body awareness so freaking much, because our bodies, our body's the connector. It's the quantum tool that we're able to access, and access our higher self through it, and access no self source through it, through our breath, through our nervous system, is quite literally the interface of our mind and brain. Our mind we can't see, our brain we can see. If you cut open my skull, you could see my brain, but you can't see my mind. You only experience my mind through the senses. So right now you're experiencing my mind. When you're reading my blog, you're experiencing my mind. But the only way that I can amplify my own mind, amplify my aura in the world, is by moving through my body, primarily my breath, connecting with every single cell, speaking highly to every organ, really having an intimate relationship with all the layers of my physical world, specifically my physical body, because it's the only home I will really ever own. The only home I truly have the true boundaries for. The 3D, this illusory matrix, especially the one where more humans are making rules over all these different things, that fuels into the ideology that we are more of the things that we see, and we're not more of the things that we can't see, or the things that we experience but can't physically see them, but we could sense them with other extra senses. And so being in our body, creating a safe space within our body, begins with being aware that we have a body and we can experience being in the body. You having a leg, you having an arm, you having an eye, you having a heart is one thing. You experiencing what it's like to be those aspects of yourself and to consciously impact the direction and movement that these parts of you are actually doing. You can draw more reverence on the layers of what what this life is and who you are. Because you're even beyond your body, but this body is an apparatus. When we take care of it, we take care of all aspects of ourselves, our soul, our mind, along with our body. And it's easier, I find that it's easier for us to move from our body, mind, and soul rather than our mind to our soul, bypassing our body. It that's that's the way the Western world wants to intellectualize everything and make us so stuck in our minds that we forget that we have a body. But our body is a core tenet to this physical life. A core tenet to this physical life. And it's beyond just how we look and how we may be perceived based on how we look. No, it's about how we feel inside, because then we will be able to impact the world and ourselves in a manner that is closely drawn to the divine, closely drawn to the immaterial. And this is not to say don't care about your looks and don't look fly, be pretty, be handsome, and be a hot person, a hot human. Yes, we should desire to feel that way in every single moment. And if there's ever a moment that we're not feeling hot in our best self, then we have to reevaluate how we're interacting with our body. Are we over interacting with our mind? Are we not giving our soul aspects of us? Are we not giving our soul aspects of ourselves or access to aspects of ourselves through our body? So that's why yoga is such a powerful practice. It literally saved me, because when I was thinking about like, oh my gosh, like what am I going to do for a career? Oh my gosh, like so many people are going to look at me if I make this decision, or this is so counteractive to the societal and group norms that I was around, that I was being too radical. How do I calm all those thoughts in my mind? I can't just think more of those thoughts and think that my life is going to change or I will feel better internally. I will feel safer to be me in this world. No, I went into my body. I went into my body through yoga and meditation. I have a few articles on the transformative power of meditation. And I also have a book, How to Meditate Like a Goddess, that gives you practical step-by-step guides on how to meditate, the types of meditation, and what meditation really is. It's not just to stop your thoughts or to be in the no mind state immediately. It's to notice, to practice noticing. So being in your body, connecting with your body through your breath, this is the more consistent and surefire way to anchor who you are becoming in the present moment. Because all we have is this present time. So being in your body here and now, and not in your mind in the past or your mind in the future, you're in your body here now. How much more can we anchor into our physical reality if we're physically here and we're consciously here in our physical? It's powerful. It's powerful. And that's what somatic healing is. That's what a somatic awareness is. And if you're looking for a step-by-step foundational way to really connect with your body, feel your emotions, giving you practical insights on how to do this in a ritualistic way, then my course is probably the perfect thing for you. It's called the Somatic Awakening course. It drops in 20 days. No, a little bit under 20 days. And I'm super excited to share this with you, because these are practices that have literally helped me anchor into my body so that I feel less anxious. And that's not to say I don't feel anxious sometimes. Yes, but now I know how my emotions and how these things are actually triggered in my body. So now I can access higher states of awareness and wisdom that can help me transmute and alchemize emotions that are no longer serving me. And that's what I want for you. So check out the link in my bio, Somatic Awakening course. It's 3 weeks. It's self-paced. There's an entire workbook with audio, and then a visual workbook where you can do assessments, journaling, doodling, all the good things that will help integrate your mind, body, and soul, and also your senses. Because I'm a big proponent of using multiple senses, because I like to experience multi-sensory things in order to anchor new beliefs and new thought patterns into my vibration, body, and mind. So hopefully that will be helpful to you. You could pre-order it and it drops December 20th. So yeah, either way though, you have all the tools that you need to be your most peaceful, joyous self and access your true divinity in this world. And I know that too. And I want you to experience it, as well as for me to continue to experience it. And knowledge of self is the primary way. You can know a lot about yourself by being aware in your body. Peace and love to you. My name is Saira Embra. So glad that you're here. Subscribe, like, do all the things, but more so, you are an energetic being who has come into my fields. So I love you just for that. Peace. Bye.